probably done so, in my opinion. And actually, last time when we did see these two teams play, that was the map that Lynn Vision was able to take. So I'll lean towards a 2-0 for this one, but I'm prepared to be proven wrong by ATOX. Seems that they do still have a couple of tricks up their sleeve, and let's hope that they've got some of those here for Ancient. They will be starting on the T side, which was their more favorable side yesterday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that and hoping for, I would say, something like at least 7 or 8 rounds here from ATOX on this T side to make it look like a map that they're going to be able to challenge in.
Oh, we've been saying his name over and over again. Zaka, up close with the dualies. It's a bit of a bait setup with a heavy stack on the big side here. MIQ and Yami ready to contest this cave control, but so many bullets in these dualies mean that they're going to take their time. They're a bit tentative about taking this duel. A few pot shots from Nuka, bottom side of B ramp. Up onto the site. Cabal also taking a duel with Messmelon up in towards Red Room there. Oh, hell of a shot from Zaka. Just looked like a bit of pre-fire, honestly, but he still found that opener.
Yep. Doesn't matter whether it's pre-fire or if you're actually shooting at somebody. As long as the bullet connects, and that's it from Zaka again. A second one for him onto Yami, making it look pretty easy, this cave control so far. Westmelon's also spotted out Cabal, who was trending toward lane. Information is looking pretty damn good here for Lynn Vision, and they're going to rotate an extra player over toward the B-bomb site as a result, leaving a Fufu to spot in Banana toward mid, just in case there's any moving and shaking happening.
Yeah, I mean, ATOX had such a great start yesterday against Tai Lu and could definitely hide the stand-ins a little bit better on the T side, one of them being Nuka, walking up B ramp here. I think he may have spotted out Amelia in the corner. Indeed, he has some nice pre-fire, but an instant trade from Flying Swing from Zaka on pillar side. It's a 4K from him in the pistol round for Lynn Vision.
That's a very positive sign for Lynn Vision today. If Zaka's going to be bringing that kind of fire, that might actually be a world where Lynn Vision can take the challenge to Tai Lu. And I actually think that grand final, I mean, you know, you sort of mentioned, like, there is a bit of a prize pool difference. That's definitely a factor. But when we're talking about these teams going through to ESL Pro League, I do think that the seeding is going to be somewhat relevant for whoever takes first, whoever takes second out of Asia. It does potentially help you to avoid a more difficult matchup. And when it comes to things like ESL Pro League, we know now that they're going to be choosing a lot of the teams coming through from the Valve rankings, which inevitably means if you are one of the weaker seeded teams, which Asia will in theory be, a second seed team from Asia is not going to be particularly high in the grand scheme of things. There's a good chance you're going to be facing a pretty damn solid opponent in your first round, and that's kind of just a doomed experience, as we very well know from the likes of Oceania and Asia teams in the past. So I think that grand final, definitely some merit to it.
Yeah, Pro League in the last little bit has been a bit more of a forgiving format for a lot of those kind of teams. They usually get a few more games, but there's no guarantee that's going to be happening anymore with how packed the calendar is. I wouldn't be surprised if they shorten the format quite significantly, and that'll mean that you're going to be back to playing one of the best teams in the world as one of the lowest seed teams from a minor region, and if you don't do well in that matchup, then you're going to have probably one more chance to prove yourself before you're banged out at the tournament. Yami has that hero Galil drop over from Flynn. We've seen this a couple of times, but Westmelon just jumps at him with an MP9. At range like that, not many other places that those bullets could really go, and a Fufu also putting his MP9 to good use. Westmelon salvaging that Galil, so it's a bit of an upgrade here, and overcomes Amelia to clean up the rest of the trash inside Cheetah. Both of these players very low here. Nuka, a good opportunity to do some damage here, but the aim punch is a little too much for him. All of that hard work, 4 points of AP between Westmelon and Amelia, doesn't really matter a whole lot as we get towards the end of the round. They're going to hold on to both the Galil and the MP9. It's a very clean anti-eco for Lynn Vision and a very solid bonus on the cards as a result.
You're going to have to be keeping a real eye on Yami and MIQ on this T side. What we saw from those two players yesterday, they sort of just working around the map together. A lot of the time, it was those two that were sort of pushing into cave, getting those opening picks, and allowing ATOX a little bit more space on the T side. If they both go down in a similar fashion to that last round, obviously knowing that that was just an anti-eco for Lynn Vision, but, you know, two players of Yami and MIQ's caliber going out of the round early is quite a problem for ATOX. You got Flynn leading the charge here, and Tree Fragger alongside Nuka. Trades are supposed to come through from Yami. In fact, he's the one that goes down first, but Flynn has taken some nice space all the way in through Temples. Should be able to get Amelia here for free. Does just get away in time. Westmelon not quite quick enough for the trade. looking back into a 3-on-3. Fufu will peek early for a bit of info. Westmelon trying to deny the bomb plant, but smoke's up, so he can't push his way through that. And ATOX taking the A side.
They burn through all their util. Pressure still coming in here from Lynn Vision. Westmelon doubling up with the MP9. Puts us into a 1-on-2. Flynn in a difficult position. Maybe didn't even expect to be on land here against Lynn Vision. And despite a little bit of damage and a bit of a lineup, it's a successful retake from Lynn Vision, converting their bonus round and putting them in a very solid position here on CT side of Ancient. ATOX going to have to go back to the drawing board. A significant amount of damage done to Lynn Vision's economy, but with how clean the anti-eco was and the fact that they were coming into that round as a bit of a bonus, I don't think that ATOX are necessarily going to force into this round. There's not reset potential, and as a result, they're actually going to, do exactly this. It's a hero AK dropped over, pistols purchased up from the rest of the boys, and they're just going to go for a little bit of damage, because you can even see with only 2 players surviving just how solid Lynn Vision's money still looks here.
Lots of early util out from Lynn Vision. 3 little fires around the map, a smoke deep in toward middle. But a lot of map control as a result for Lynn Vision at the moment. ATOX haven't really even tried to challenge for anything. They're just going to try a good old-fashioned A hit, but Zaka prepared. He sees the shadow, gets the first shot across. It's Flynn down. Fufu needs to stand tall behind the box, and he can't. MIQ, a nice couple of entries for him, but they still have to get past Amelia, and that is going to be a little bit too difficult for a lot of the members who do fall. Westmelon was dashing through the smoke to try to back him up. Now it's on to Flying to see if he can catch a timing here, maybe on Cabal's bomb plant. In the end, decides he's just going to back up.
Expecting a smoke push. Not going to be obliged. ATOX just going to play the crossfire between Temple and Sight. Spam revealing Flying's position. He's going to reroute back towards Donut side. All picked up here by Cabal. Molly goes into Temple. Not sure where Flying is here for the T side, but it seems like Flying is just saving. He's not even going to go for this 1-on-2, and maybe even may attempt some exits and try to keep the money nice and low here. But given that this was just a half-buy round, this is a very successful outing here for ATOX. Flying does take the AWP away on the exits. This means that Yami knows where that position was. HE goes forward to blow the AWP towards Flying. That's a nice little boost of the grenade just to be able to maintain that AWP for Zaka going forward into the next round. But great stuff from ATOX. These are the kind of rounds that they can actually employ the stand-ins a little bit better on the T side of Ancient. It's exactly what we saw yesterday against Tyloo, where Nuka and Flim are just entering and trying to create enough space to set up ATOX for some of these 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, where if MIQ or Yami are alive or Cabal is alive, some of these guys can actually potentially convert those rounds and put some rounds on the board for ATOX. It's more so, at least from the game that we saw yesterday, on the CT side, where it's a little bit harder to hide the stand-ins and the fact that they're playing with multiple coaches in this match.
Got a pause out. This might be a tech pause.
Yeah, I had a few of those so far, but nothing too egregious if I remember yesterday. Like, we had 2 PO3s and there were a few tech pauses, but none of them took very long to sort that out. As we get into the tech pause here, having a little bit of a look at the trophy. Yes, this is ESL Challenger League, guys, but we are actually on land here in Shanghai, China. Yami says hello to all of the fans, and you're not allowed to talk during a tech pause. He's being very well behaved.
Indeed. Yeah, I actually had a couple of people message me after yesterday, and they said, I thought it was a LAN. They watched a little bit. They said, well, I didn't see any like play cams or anything like that. We do get them sporadically. It's just that syncing up the cameras and our feed is a little bit easier said than done sometimes. So it's really only during those longer tech pauses and after the game that you're going to get that kind of footage at the moment, unfortunately. But either way, nice little quick tech pause. We love that. Get it out of the way nice and quick. Lynn Vision have put together quite a solid buy as a result of the saved AWP and a bit of extra cash in the bank there. It's going to be a faster play from ATOX. Are they going to want to go through that smoke? Well, the answer is yes. It's Fufu to be the sacrificial lamb once again. Zaka, at least this time, is able to keep himself alive. So it'll be a 4-on-4 for the retake unless Amelia just goes through the smoke. goes down as a result. And Lynn Vision may start to think about saving here.
Maybe. They're still applying pressure, though. A second for Zaka as the smoke gets blown open. Util being juggled back to Zaka. You can see Flying wanting to be sent in with these flashes. Westmelon slowly creeping in on the flank, looking for a good timing. Lineup smoke there for Donut from Zaka, and some flashes up over the top to try to kick off this retake and create enough aggro for Westmelon to potentially sneak in on a good timing here on the flank. Flynn checking the flank, but picked on the cross by Zaka. Yaoi trying to hold on from side to side and create enough space and time for Cabal to be able to convert this round, and that's exactly what he does. Nice 2 from the side box on the pivot there, and ATOX, their game plan is going exactly how you'd want it to. They're just hitting these hard executes, hitting the sites, and simplifying the game down to where, you know, you're not going to have too much agency in the early to mid round. There's not going to be that many chances for Lynn Vision to kind of outplay ATOX. ATOX is just saying, we're going to hit the site. We're going to get in there as a team, you know, get the boys on the entry and just simplify the game down to winning aim duels and closing out post plants. And if you can't hold it, then you're going to have problems. And right now, I think, you know, it's a case of, well, Afufu does not seem to be able to hold it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he's obviously the one that's having the most problems right now for Lynn Vision. Everyone else seems to be doing okay. I mean, Zach is definitely hitting his shots with the AWP. He's getting his one. Afufu, though, in both of those instances, was unable to find himself a frag. And then the rest of the guys rotating their way from mid and B are kind of having to dive through smokes and do silly things to try to save that bomb site. And you know, you're putting yourself into some less than favorable aim duels as a result. Yeah. So if Afufu is able to get 1 or 2 as the anchor player, then maybe it's a completely different story. But one other thing I'll say about this is that, at least for today, Cabal's actually looking like he's a little more online today than he was yesterday. Like yesterday, it really was just MIQ and Yami. Cabal was completely missing for the most part. But if you've at least got those 3 guys, then that starts to be a little bit more threatening for ATOX.
Much prefer Nuka on the AWP as well. If you're going to take an AWP into the T side, I just want to see one of the stand-ins maybe holding a line with it and potentially setting up Util, playing that bit more of a supportive AWPing role, if anything. I just want to keep MIQ, Cabal, and Yami in roles that they're comfortable with, and these guys are some of the best riflers in Mongolia. Like, they can definitely shine enough to take away a round. So, look, Lynn Vision recognizing that they're having some issues. It's been multiple 8 executes in a row that ATOX have successfully leveraged into winning a post plan and an XVX. So that's going to be something that Lynn Vision will have to keep in the back of their mind. Maybe some words of advice from Coach Gum about Afufu holding that site and maybe making some small adjustments. But at the same time, ATOX going to be well aware that they've conditioned Lynn Vision to have to respect that A execute. And as such, they're going to slow this round down a little bit more. Actually, it's going to be a fake towards a quick A execute smokes being thrown by MIQ and Cabal here, and they're going to try to create enough aggro to be able to pull rotations across. Almost a double entry from MIQ there. Zaka goes down, Afufu under a lot of pressure, but you can see Lynn Vision are very skeptical that that was actually an A hit, and the B execute is coming in, but Lynn Vision, there's been no rotations at all. They've unfortunately been caught there, ATOX, trying to sell something that Lynn Vision weren't buying.
It's a good attempt from ATOX. You can see how they tried to condition Lynn Vision into thinking it would be an A hit once again. And it very nearly worked out for them. Now Cabal needs to line up too, and he is able to do so. That could have been a nutty spray down if he would have killed Flying as well. It would have been very tough to, of course, but has put it into somewhat of a winnable position here for Nuka, with especially Afufu being on 5 HP. Glock in hand, you know, all you need is 1 bullet right here on the A site, and that's a bomb plant. Flying's already on his way over.
I'm sure the damage will have been reported, but yeah, just not switched on enough. Unfortunately, there, Nuka. Fufu is going to pick him off and pick up the AWP for Zaka as well. So, fake attempt, not bought at all by Lynn Vision. They were definitely a step ahead there. I think there was a level of preparation there that they were cognizant of. They were definitely counting the numbers and the util, and the fact that that looked a little bit different to what a normal A executors looked like the last couple of rounds, because they just didn't rotate at all, and they had Westmelon heavily prodding the middle of the map as well for information. So that's really what allows them to recognize exactly what kind of a round that is and deal with it accordingly.
I mean, ATOX have still got money, so they're going to keep running it back. Westmelon spotting the player pushing his way into cave. Gonna drop himself a smoke. Just gonna have to eat that nade damage. But might be in a bit of a spot of bother here if he doesn't get some backup. Looks like he's gonna walk his way out though with the help of that smoke, and Zaka getting work done elsewhere. Continues his pretty good event so far. Actually, every single map we've seen from Zaka here at the ESL Challenger League Season 48 LAN Final has been really, really solid.
Yeah, I think it might not even be hyperbole to say Zaka's the best player in China right now. This guy has just been on a tear every game. Tested again in Red Room. Man does not miss. Amelia peeking off that contact, and this has just been a non-round for ATOX here. MIQ and Nuka trying to contact out with no utility onto this B-bomb site. MIQ, he's been pretty decent for ATOX in this event as well, and he continues to deliver. Nice entry onto flying, but still a huge numbers disadvantage as the bomb goes down.
See if ATOX can maybe do a little bit of damage here economically at least, because look, Lynn Vision, they should win this round, but if they drop one or two more guns, then ATOX are still in a position where they can punish. Nuka lines up 3, and it's definitely not a foregone conclusion now. Amelia is just going to be able to creep out of cave on the timing, but has to move quickly. Doesn't have a defuse kit. Now starting to make noise, and with only 9 HP, this seems like it's going to be unwinnable. Nuka is going to eat that grenade, but it will not matter. And all of a sudden, the coach takes a round away from Lynn Vision.
That's huge. That 4K, look at the money for Lynn Vision, Jordan. That is a massive round out of the stand-in. Economically breaking Lynn Vision and giving ATOX a chance to have another great T-side on Ancient here. And not even hard carried by any of the core members. That is just a huge round from Nuka.
It's pretty unfortunate, honestly, for Lynn Vision, because they had the perfect setup to deal with it, but Zaka just couldn't see past his teammates.
Yes, I'll agree with you, but at the same time, like, Lynn Vision has had, hold that thought for a second, Westmelon ambushing Yami, who has been working that same cheater line for multiple rounds in a row against Tai Lu yesterday. You can see Lynn Vision are well aware of that, and they're putting the 5-7s to good use. Westmelon, as well as Zaka, having a pretty good game here on Ancient. And ATOX now in a 3-on-5. AKs have not been retrieved here for Lynn Vision, and ATOX, you can see how heavily they're trying to guard them, all set up around shelf. They don't want the CTs to get their grubby little hands on these rifles.
Nice little rotation, though, from Lynn Vision. They're going to rotate their way over toward middle and start to clear that one out. The quicker they move here, more likely that they catch ATOX off. Yeah, Cabal getting shot in the back by a Fufu. The headshot eventually lands, and surely not a clean round from Lynn Vision with 2 upgraded pistols. They haven't even lost a single player so far. Nuka is going to have to replicate his heroics from the last round, and maybe even then some, to win this round for ATOX. He's being watched by Westmelon, who's been a bit of a sharpie with that 5-7 so far. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised to see him get this kill as well. But Nuka will knock him over. And making a lot of noise on his way back into B, though, and that will be heard by Flying, who will be set up and prepared in cave. Crossfire with a Fufu. May not even need to come into play. Flying gets 2 with the USP. It was 1, actually, because it was a Fufu that got the other one. But, hey, don't worry about it.
Oh, bro, money's broken for ATOX now. 4 AKs picked up by Lynn Vision. That is as big of an eco round as you can get. 4 rifles picked up, and ATOX hard eco, like double eco on the T side after a huge clutch round from Nuka. That's the worst time to lose versus an eco. Oh, that is crushing. ATOX, they were setting themselves up for success, and now they have kind of missed that window. They're going to try to force play here to rectify things. Hero AK on Cabal. Pistols and armor for the rest of the boys. There's just no real util to speak of. Both of the smokes have been burned in middle. Just trying to play that information denial. Just one util set here on MIQ. Zaka falling off the line. Fufu has a full belt of util in rotation over here from Tonar. And ATOX were grouped up in a main. Seconds away from pulling the trigger on this A execute. But something has made them want to go back.
There's no real information for them.
I guess they cleared A main, and now they want to try to A split. They're going to run into a whole lot of util here from a Fufu, so unless this man makes a bit of a mistake here, Lynn Vision should be totally fine. They're burning through a lot of util on this B site. And yeah, just this info line on is what the Envision are kind of relying on right now.
Now he's able to get one shot out with that deagle, but not able to land it. Smoke's down now, and after the smoke, there's going to be a molly.
I don't think he's even going to get that out. Flash goes through the smoke. He avoids it nicely, though. Beautiful turn from Afufu. Wrapped on by Cabal, though, which means there was a rifle to pick up, but MRQ is no longer alive to do so. Zaka under pressure. That is an important kill for Flint to maybe keep things in the balance, but him and Cabal have got some heavy lifting to do, and there's just so many CTs here. Like, Lynn Vision are just flooding the site before they can even get anywhere close to planting that bomb.
Yeah, nice quick rotation coming through from the rest of the Lynn Vision lads, locking that one down. There's been a couple of speed bumps, I will say, in this half for Lynn Vision, but they're definitely looking like a more confident side than ATOX. And for ATOX, I have to feel like this T side is not even quite as threatening as the one that they put together against Talu.
I mean, it was Yami, MIQ hard carry, and neither of them are hard carrying in this game. So you're relying as well on Nuka to come up huge and losing some pretty important swing rounds. Oh, speaking of which, though, MIQ, that's a very sharp double dink on the Galil. Losing a pick on Cabal in middle is going to complicate things, though, but really it's MIQ and Yami with Galil armor to try to be difference makers in this round, and they are doing that. The Pistolers are the ones to go down here, which are the less important players, but yeah, you're really feeling the stand-in factor here for ATOX. Like, they're getting 2 or 3 kills in some of these rounds, but when you have a couple of guys who are not really fragging in the majority of rounds, like, it's just not enough. Like, there's always just going to be that extra player or two alive for Lynn Vision.
This was great work from Amelia. Nice clean shot onto Yami, and well covered by Zaka on the ramp peak. Vision working together nicely. 7 on the CT side so far. Going to be looking for 8. Money's really not there for ATOX. They don't have a lot of util to play with here at all. And one of those smokes has even been used as a firefighting tool. So you're down to 1 smoke, 1 decoy now for ATOX. It's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, I think Westmelon saw just how heavily that ATOX likes to fight for that cheater control against Tyloo, and he took that personally. Man has been a fiend in that part of the map, and Lynn Vision in general have not shied away from fighting up on towards Shelf here a couple of times. ATOX now setting themselves up to take middle. Smoke to Red Room is their last piece of utility in this round, Jordan. It is all contact plays from here, and they've got to go get the bomb from B ramp as well.
Info going to be gathered. Lynn Vision spotting out 1 or 2 players in middle. Lynn's going to try and make something happen here. Smoke will fade in a moment at Donut. Maybe he'll look toward Red Room, but a fight in Red Room doesn't look like it's going to be a winning opportunity. Amelia may go down here, but there should be a trade if necessary. Actually, Westmelon had worked his way back over toward B, so it's lucky that Amelia actually gets that kill. Flying now. Important duel to win. Back to just the 2, Cabal and Yami. Try to step up here for ATOX and get them at least a 5th on this T side. Lynn Vision, all 4 of them, going to have a crack at this B bomb side and try to make amends for that round that they lost against Nuka. That also was a 4-on-2. They can't afford to lose this one. Amelia spots out Cabal, and Yami is stuck inside of cave behind a smoke. So defuse from Amelia would be a bit of a mistake considering he's very low on HP. The swing will come through though, and it will be easily locked in by Lynn Vision. 8-4, the first half looking quite solid for the Chinese squad. So first half, quite a strong one for Lynn Vision, 8-4 the scoreline. ATOX now moving on to what I would argue is their less favoured side, are in pretty dire straits.
They are. Envision prepping themselves for an A execute here. Flynn gonna self-boost himself up close towards A long here. He's the only player on this side of the map, so he has to come up with 1 or 2 kills in this position to try to give ATOX a little bit of a chance here. Cabal has gotten close enough to try to help out with a little bit of util, but it's not really going to make too much of a difference. It's still a double entry from Amelia.
Well, try triple entry instead, as he gets Luca as well before finally falling to the spam from Donut. That looks like a foregone conclusion now for Lynn Vision. 4-on-2 post plan. MIQ and Yami. And Afufu's going to say, well, you guys can have a freebie because it's probably not going to matter too much. Yami, nice little extra bit of a stat pad for him, but realistically speaking, this round is not going anywhere. I think Yami was expected to go down to that grenade. Flying didn't even want to chase him. In the end, will fall though. 9-4. And Lynn Vision progressing pretty nicely here on Ancient. And, you know, it'll be nice for Lynn Vision if they can get this one over the line pretty quickly and potentially do the same thing on Dust2, because they do have another match to play after this one. And the important thing to note about that upcoming match, that grand final, is that it is a best of 5. It's a 1-map advantage best of 5 for Tai Lu, but if Lynn Vision is going to win it, it's going to be a real slog.
Totally agree. Don't see them winning a grand final over Tai Lu without conceding a single map. So realistically, I would expect it to be 4 more maps in the grand final for Lynn Vision to play, which means they're going to be playing at least 6 maps tonight if they're going to win this grand final. Mid-take from ATOX off the back of a flash, but there was no one really in there to get caught from Lynn Vision, and they're quite happy after seeing a couple of pistolers in mid and the flash coming through to just speed towards B.
Good call from Lynn Vision. One plan will go down. I don't even know if there's really much of a recourse here for ATOX. If they decide to try and retake this, they're inevitably just going to be feeding Lynn Vision a bit of extra cash. Mac 10 is doing some work. Flying's already got himself a couple through the smoke, so that'll be the quit signal for ATOX.
Cabal trying to play these off for angles. Spotted out by Westmelon, but going dink for dink with the Galil armor is not going to work out for you unless you're the Deagle purchaser in this round. And in this case, that was MIQ and Yami. MIQ, beautiful timing to actually at least just take a Mac 10 of an armor away without losing his life. Oh, 50 HP. If he had higher HP, he would have been able to get out there. Regardless, though, I mean, I don't know. Just, yeah, you're going to buy in the next round anyway. May as well take one with you. So, Mac 10 and armor going to hit the deck for Lynn Vision, but outside of that, it's been a pretty clean run of things here. 10-4 on the T side of Ancient. And this was the game that we kind of expected out of Lynn Vision, and given ATOX's CT sides yesterday against Tai Lu, I think they're in for trouble.
Amelia will wait patiently to take middle. While Westmelon and Nuka get into a bit of a fight that doesn't end well for the Mongolian coach. ATOX not doing a whole lot to really prevent Lynn Vision from dictating this round, and now that they're down 5-on-4, that can only mean bad things are going to happen to ATOX.
Important duel at Red Room here. Could be a chance for ATOX to get back in the round if Yami's able to win this one, but Amelia has looked very switched on. Going to further extend that vantage for Lynn Vision and also apply a lot of pressure into the middle of the map. You can see now Cabal has to constantly be worried about the backstab. If Flim comes in on the rotation, he's going to have to be concerned about Red Room and Lynn Vision. Still with a minute on the clock and a fair amount of util to work with. Just waiting for further mistakes out of ATOX, and quite happy to just see what Amelia might find over towards Donut. Cabal, considering that re-aggression we were talking about, doesn't get punished. He actually doubles up nice. Flynn's been lost over on the other side of the map, but I'm not sure it's going to be so simple for Lynn Vision to get this mid to late round together.
They've smoked off the bomb. They've smoked off their own bomb. Westmelon's going to go and try and collect it. Cabal had a real chance in there, waiting for the sound cue. But in the end, it has been snaked away from him. Westmelon will get back over to A. That'll be a bomb plan and probably the round as well. This is, you'd think, too much to ask for Cabal, though. He will be given some 1v1s, but now been spotted out by Amelia. There's no real reason for Amelia to recontest that, really. Cabal is aware of it too, so he just decides, I guess, best case scenario, I can take this M4 through to the next round.
It's the best he can really hope for, unfortunately. By the time he had any impact on that round, it was pretty much done. Needed to continually punish anybody trying to pick up the bomb. You know, like you said, Lynn Vision just able to snake it away in time. Continuing their winning ways, ATOX only really going to be able to force pistols and armor around this hero rifle to try to give themselves a decent shot at winning this round. Another exit from Cabal. Keeping it expensive for the T side. But they have money to replace these weapons, and such a huge scoreline lead that I don't think they're that concerned right now.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit too easy for Lynn Vision at the moment. Just the early smoke to Red Room and one for Donut as well. But no intentions of heading into mid right now for Lynn Vision. They'll be actually quite happy with ATOX dedicating a couple of members in that direction if they do end up deciding to hit B.
Nuke has dropped another hero rifle over to MIQ, so ATOX wanting to try to keep this round competitive if they can. Cabal spamming away close towards the smoke. Doesn't show any traces, but it's pretty obvious where he's positioned for the T's. Return fire favorably. Execute coming in here for Lynn Vision. Flying, trying to make space up front. Has got a duel with Cabal on his hands, who is spraying down the majority of his team before he finally gets checked. The 3-on-3 now for ATOX, and the bomb hasn't gone down yet.
Flying in the perfect spot to make a difference. He'll be able to take that control of short away from Flynn. Zaka ends picking up the scraps. MIQ and Yami stuck in cave right now, and they are just the fish in the barrel for Zaka to get a bit of aim track in. Amelia, ooh, not quite able to land his shots there, so he'll have to go scurrying away to save himself and plant the bomb in a safe position. Yami's now again been spotted out. Zaka not shying away from a fight. I mean, you can see the hubris that Lynn Vision are playing with at the moment. They are not giving a whole lot of respect to Yami. A lot of individual peaks, but he's not really taking a huge amount of advantage of that. Molotov will buy a lot of time, and eventually Flying will get it done. That's 12 now for Lynn Vision. One round away from closing the map out, and ATOX just have not shown up today in the same way that they did yesterday against Tyloo on this map.
Yeah, I mean, go back and look at the stats. It was a pretty hard carry performance from Yami in that opening half, and he was not able to replicate that today on the T side. So without that same level of performance from him, and arguably MIQ, who's, to be fair, been decent and actually has kind of been the most consistent player for ATOX. They're having a lot more issues, and like I said, Yami continually facing those issues. 6 and 14, he is the first picked player for ATOX in the make or break round here.
Melon is going to be given cave control for free if he wants it. Luca's going to start having a little bit of a look there, but man, he is very scared on this bomb site, calling for MIQ to come help him out. Vision happy to play with that timer for the moment. Now the flash is starting to go up into the sky. Molotov for the cutout, smoke for long and for short. Counter smoke from ATOX, which will buy them a little bit of time, waste some of Lynn Vision's util, but honestly, Lynn Vision doesn't really care. They're going to blow the smoke open and charge their way into the B bomb site anyway. The rotation has come across from a couple of those ATOX members, but it's all for naught. Cabal down for free, and Nuka won't be lasting too much longer either. Amelia, nice little flick, gets it done. 19-9 for him, and that is the map victory for Lynn Vision. And honestly, it felt like child's play, really, for the Chinese squad.
Yeah, it's been pretty cut and dry. I think Lynn Vision, since they dropped that one map to promo, which was on Ancient yesterday, they've been pretty locked in, and I think it's going to be the same story. You could see it just from their reaction. Like, they knew this game was Dunsky. This should be...
Indian Forsaken's face. Like, why?
Hey, some memes never die, Jordan. Look, decent turnout for this match. I'm sure it'll be packed out for Lynn Vision Tai Lu if this match keeps going the way that it's been going. Should be a pretty good final, but before we make it there, let's see if ATOX have anything to say about that. They do, of course, want a spot in ESL Pro League, and they'll do what they can in the server to try to find it, but it's going to be a pretty tall task here on Dust 2. It's been a great map for Lynn Vision. MIQ, though, he's been the standout for ATOX. He's been the most consistent player. Yami and Cabal have been up and down, but he has always been delivering, and again, he's continuing to do so here on Dust 2. Opening pick on Amelia. He's going to find a pick over towards long, which will give the T's a lot of options. They have a lot of info and space around the map. And it seems like they're going to throw a bit of an A fake. Another goosh there from MIQ onto Westmelon on the site. Is applying a lot of pressure. He's gone down, but this is all a bit of a fake to try to get into B. And flying has actually been pulled off of Plat, so that's the key rotation that ATOX are looking for. And they're going to take advantage of that timing.
Yeah, he's actually not opted to go back. He's decided to hold on to middle, and he is now just realizing his mistake. Fighting through the doors. There's a player around upper tunnels. It's having a bit of a peek. It's Yami who will elect to duck his head back down. All of a sudden, this round swings back in the favor of the T side. You've also got to think about that flank coming through from Cabal. So Lynn Vision have got to move pretty quick here. Time of the essence, but flying Westmelon a sliver away from death. Zaka not far off of that. It's really just a Fufu that is the player that can fight confidently. Luckily, headshots are being connected. You've got two players down now for ATOX. Time ticking away, and maybe the round ticking away as well. It always felt like it was going to be a bit of a wishful thing for Lynn Vision. And honestly, they made it close, but not close enough. ATOX hang on and take the pistol round for map 2.
So many gooshes there, delivered by ATOX, making the difference. Zaka with a 4K in the second CT pistol of this series. He got a 4K on Ancient as well. What's he going to do with that? 3.2K. I mean, why am I even asking that? Of course, the Scout comes out. He has enough money for light armor as well, Jordan, which means that even after that pretty substantial purchase, which would usually bankrupt you on the CT side round 2, he's still got $900 for the alt fund later on. And the rest of Lynn Vision will also force around it. So, ATOX, they're taking this force pretty seriously, though. Look at that buy.
Well, we did see what Lynn Vision could do against Bromo yesterday with a round like this one. So
that was on the T side, though, to be fair.
True.
And that was actually a full save around a Scout, and Zaka was just, like, walking around the map. On CT, look, a force buy around it is going to be a little bit more dangerous for ATOX to deal with, and as for Zaka, I mean, you can't just walk around the map and take whatever tool you want on CT. You have to be a bit more pointed about where you're kind of positioning yourself and fighting and going for a pick. Back into another tech pause here. Looks like it's on the side of ATOX. Having a few issues. Get those ironed out. We do have some of the star admins on the ground here in Shanghai, so you can see it didn't take them very long to isolate the issue and fix that up.
Got the GOAT admins on site, so, you know, it just be like that.
Still another day at the office, really.
Yeah. Well, Zaka, unfortunately not another day at the office for him with the Scout. Not to have too much success at this time around. Lynn Vision are going to continue to fight for long control. However, that hasn't gone too well for them. A couple of trades back, but by and large, it is ATOX that are controlling Dust2 at the moment. Westmelon might be able to nab himself an AK now.
He's pretty sick with the 5.7, man. I feel like every time Westmelon has a 5.7, he's usually doing work with it. Now a heads-up duel with MIQ, but the terrain has really done him a disservice there. You can see the little bit of the wall at the bottom missing. It means that MIQ can see the feeders and chucks a little bit of a pretty fire at him. So damage done by ATOX there, Jordan. Not too bad, but sorry, by Lynn Vision rather. But ATOX are still going to pick themselves up that round.
Decent start to the map for ATOX. Again, starting on the T side, so might be able to hide some of the inconsistencies a little bit more. able to get out on long, although I don't know if he's going to be surviving. He's got himself a smoke down. Now the backup from the teammates making this one looking a little bit safer. But this is a progression that is fraught with danger. Yami negotiating it quite nicely indeed. Has allowed somebody past, flying eventually, catching a couple. He's so good with the USP. He's got himself an AK, which, look, it's not going to get us too excited just yet, but if you can save it through to the next round, it could be quite impactful. Not sure that he's going to get given that opportunity, though. He seems to have maybe tossed it off of the map. It won't really be a big deal anyway, because all the AKs being taken through for ATOX anyway.
Ooh, double orb. Or is it getting dropped? Yeah, dropped over the Zaka, never mind. So, Lynn Vision. First gun round here, actually not front running this matchup as much as they did on Ancient. ATOX, once again, it seems like they are quite comfortable even with stand-ins playing the T side and doing a little bit better of a job of it. Molly trying to keep back that CT aggression, and actually the fire obscuring Zaka's vision for long enough there for the cross to come back through suicide. Now ATOX starting to work through the middle of the map. Lynn Vision have taken the long extremity. Amelia stealth boosting up to short, keeping an eye on things over there. Flying going to play from gate, so they have a pretty committed hold B setup here, Lynn Vision. And they have taken long. They're going to play retake on short, and you can see Westmoreland kind of sitting around in the middle of the map here, waiting for any kind of mid to B smoke coming out. Can break that with the HE he's holding on to. ATOX will now take short control. And we'll see what their mid to late round's going to look like. It's kind of looking like they're trending towards an A split here.
Don't have to worry about Zaka if they go A. He's over towards B. He feels like the biggest threat at the moment on Lynn Vision. So it might not be a bad call from ATOX. They've got all the util they need to make it work. There is going to be some delaying util available to Amelia. A nicely timed nade could do a pretty good chunk, and a molly there as well to maybe delay the progress into the A bomb site.
Looks like they messed up smoke and backside and middle. Molly applying pressure to the middle of the map. Kabal's got the bomb. He needs to be careful not to die there. He showed the bomb in the middle of the map though, and now ATOX going to pull the trigger on this A execute, but they're getting picked apart. It's not really going the way that they would have wanted. That's excellent anchoring work from Amelia.
Yeah, it's a very messy round from ATOX, honestly, and I think in a world where Lynn Vision may be a little bit confused about what's happening there, but they hold strong on that A site. They don't over-rotate. They don't start getting a bit of a wriggle on into mid. They don't let ATOX get away with a cheeky one, which is going to be the first round on the board for Lynn Vision.
Do not want to be shooting the bodies on land in Shanghai. That's an easy way to make an enemy of the crowd against the Chinese team.
Yeah.
ATOX, I'd agree with you. That missed smoke into middle and then fighting our middle with the bomb. Kabal could have dropped that. The grenade's not quite being on point. ATOX just really didn't feel like they had the finesse they needed to for that round. Yami's been throwing the AWP here. He has the long spawn. Gonna get onto the line, but Zaka's already there, and despite the fact that that flash has caught him full white, he still is able to win that AWP duel.
Such is the nature of Zaka on Dust2. Pretty cerebral player on this map. Westmoreland, however, is going to drop to Cabal, and there's maybe a little bit of an over contest there from Flying. If he drops, that's the B site completely opened up. Ooh. Instead, he does at least win his duel, because now with mid being lost, that B side is actually under quite serious threat.
Yeah, MIQ's cut the map in half beautifully there. Found the kill on the rotation. Zaka once again wanting to be the hero here. Fufu's pushed all the way through long. Zaka catches MIQ, retreating down into lower dark, Flying, blowing open the smoke, only to find two Ts running at him, and he's just trying to anchor for long enough as the flashes come in to support from Zaka, and the AWP shot on the cross. Lynn Vision will deny any chance of ATOX getting that successful B hit together and pick up their second round here. So, look, a couple of confused looking T rounds in a row there for ATOX. That was another one of them where something doesn't go right for them and they don't really seem to have a follow-up or an answer for that. Like the missed mid to B smoke in the previous round, that round they just missed that AWP duel on long and didn't really feel like they had a clear direction from that other than multiple players just fighting different angles. Kabbalah's forced an AWP into this round, though, and found the opening pick, so we'll see if ATOX can capitalize.
Well, Amelia's taken a lot of control, and he's heard Flynn as well. So he knows there's at least someone outside of these bedroom doors. Westmelon could be in a bit of a pickle, though, if a bunch of players push their way through middle. And once again, it is the B bomb site that's looking pretty seriously undefended. I mean, Flying's there on his own, sure, but if he goes down, which it's very possible with the amount of ATOX players here, and B gets opened right up. We'll get the smoke out.
Yeah, CC AWP on the line, and here's a deagle as well, so you can kind of think that probably 2 players towards Upper Dark. After that contact comes in, Amelia feels like he has space to push. Westmelon also looking for information. They're clearing a lot of the map. They have actually overlooked MIQ in middle there, so you might have a timing to make something happen here. It's going to be hard with only a Glock, though, and Amelia's caught him from top middle, and they know that ATOX, at least 2 players, were in toward upper here, and they're just bombarding them with utility. It's an easy spray down from Westmelon. Flying wasn't even needed. And the hero wall bite doesn't really get too much done there for ATOX. 3 in a row for Lynn Vision.
It was looking dangerous for a moment, but it was a brief moment. And Amelia's position, you know, called out at the start of the round, that spot on, well, deep on long in bedroom. It felt like if he doesn't get cleared out, inevitably at some point he's going to activate in the round, and that's exactly what he did. Gets the timing perfectly on point. Pretty much wins that round for Lynn Vision. Now we're going to see another contest over long. Molotov is going to go through, but a couple of ATOX members made it out to the blue bin. Unfortunately, that is not going to be a safe place away from the grenades. We've traded down nicely by Flynn, all things considered. That could have been much worse for ATOX. But they've still got to find Amelia, and he's somewhere behind these smokes, creeping his way into pit.
Kabbalah's found an M4, so upgrading from the Tech 9 gives a little bit more punching power towards these 2 players on short. Flynn, really, it's just a case of pressure for him, especially now MIQ's found that pick on the site. He will... Ooh, hold on. Amelia with a bit of trigger discipline wants to go for 2, but as he turns around, will have to reveal his position. Bomb being planted, safe behind single. Low HP for Amelia means that Flying's probably got to get the majority of the work done, and he's doing work indeed. Nice shot onto MIQ, and Amelia on the headshot line against an AWP wins the duel from pit. 3K from Amelia in that round. And Lynn Vision, that's their 4th in a row. That means the loss bonus now for ATOX is really starting to build. So in combination with that bomb plant, they can consider investing quite heavily into this round. See if they want to go for the full-on force or whether it'll just be half-buy for some economic pressure. With the B spawn, I'd love to see just them try to take some kind of 9 timing into B. Haven't really seen them pick up the pace very much.
Yeah, Amelia's absolutely fragging at the moment, isn't he? Great map 1. Looking really solid here on map 2 as well. MIQ is trying to do his best Zaka impression, but not landing the shot through the doors. So they'll be smoked off instead.
Flynn also getting smoked off. Util pressure there from Cabal towards B. He's been pretty aggressive in Upper Dark. Usually you just see the T's take minimal control, but he has really been trying to take duels actively against Lynn Vision on that part of the map. ATOX now organising themselves to take short here, and Zaka going to respect that, make his way back towards Cart. Mid to B smoke coming out, but Westmelon seeing them all jump up onto Cart. Means that Lynn Vision are going to be pretty prepped to try to defend this A hit.
Great timing. Not looking too bad there from Amelia. Good little chunk across a couple of members. Some damage starting to come through now from Afufu as well. Amelia struggling to get involved from the angle that he's found himself on, but there are so many Lynn Vision players here that ATOX should never really be allowed into the site. And Westmelon chooses his timing perfectly. Gets 3. Everybody's jumping up and down, trying to avoid the shots. It won't matter. 5-3 is the scoreline. Lynn Vision are starting to look dominant on Dust2.
As expected. The buys keep coming through for ATOX, but they're not finding very much success. And despite 2 coaches being in the server, this is a team that hasn't actually taken that many TAC timeouts when things have started to get rough. I'd honestly love to see it at this point of the game. Once again, the player with the long spawn will take the AWP. It's MIQ up onto the line. Molly does not flush him backwards. Flash doesn't hit him either. He had multiple chances to get a shot together though, but he's not a primary AWPer. So, not quite having the skills he needs to be able to calibrate correctly. Middle of the map, you saw another AWP duel not being won by Zaka as the smoke gets blown open for a mere moment. But as things settle, this round standardizing quite a bit. It's just slow, kind of defaulty approach here from ATOX. You do have Zaka moving the AWP over towards the B side of the map after taking a duel on double doors. What will ATOX do in the mid round here? Because these A short executes have not been going very well. This time, Lynn Vision seems like they want to get aggressive, though.
Oh, Amelia and a Fufu. And if they don't get flashed in, they might be going down to MIQ right here. In fact, a Fufu. Oh! Never mind a Fufu. Think about MIQ. Nice shot through the flash. He's got two. Bit of stroke of brilliance for ATOX, and maybe it can nab them another round. MIQ's just heard you, Pilski, and he said, he's not a primary AWPer. Watch this.
I am an AWPer. You don't know anything, bro. Oh, ATOX. Winning a round there off of exactly that. Individual brilliance from MIQ. I have to say, though, and I was saying it as that was happening, I feel like Lynn Vision have been shutting down these short rounds every single time just with, like, pretty standard holds. And that time, like, their aggression just kind of backfires, right? They're trying to mix things up, do something a little bit differently. And when what they were doing already, it wasn't really having too many issues. Flying, he's just got way too much to do there. And MIQ is going to finish it off with a no-scope. A 4K in a round where he missed 2 or 3 shots to start things off.
He's not a primary AWPer.
He's not.
Yeah, well.
But that was a good round.
That was a good round. Can he replicate it, though? That'll be the big question.
He's been promoted to primary AWPer now. ATOX wasn't sure. They've been throwing it around a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, C3 cross to B.
Is he going to challenge Zaka? Zaka wants to challenge him.
Zaka welcomes that duel for sure. Jump spot from Amelia. Gonna maybe give him a nade. Nice shot on the cross, and HE gonna clean up Nuka there. That's a 1-2 punch from Zaka and Amelia.
Yeah, he's still going to creep his way up mid. Not sure what he's going to be able to do with it. The crossfire between Amelia and Westmelon is a pretty solid one. It'll be ATOX to explore short one more time. Haven't really had to deal with Zaka crossing into the A site just yet, but this time he set up a car.
And Lynn Vision going back to what was working before. Look at how much util they're holding on at 55 seconds. Like, they're just going to reply with any util as this A pressure comes in. Wow, Molly and HE's cleaning up Amelia there and getting ATOX to pick, applying pressure towards this A site. Now that the B smoke comes in, it's going to be down to Flying and Westmelon to hold onto the site. MIQ continues to deliver with the AWP. Smoke blown open, and Zaka cleaned up by MIQ there. This man is on a bit of a tear with the AWP right now. Another 3K. A 4K and a 3K in back-to-back rounds, and he's hungry for more. It's another 4K. 2 rounds in a row for ATOX. MIQ is just dominating.
He's just charging at him, isn't he? 13 and 6 in the last couple of rounds. He has really accelerated. That's wild stuff.
Dude was literally 4 and 6. Sorry. Yeah, I think he was 4 and 6. And then he got 2 4Ks in a row. Like, he was having a bad game. Or 5 and 6, something like that. Yeah, 5 and 6. My math's bad. Yeah, he's still on the AWP. Yeah, he's the long take. Zaka. He's a pretty good AWPer too. He is a primary AWPer. I also have my doubts about him as a primary AWPer, so maybe ATOX don't need an AWPer pickup.
Oh, look at this from Amelia. He's just pushed all the way down mid.
Yeah, he mixed these in. New changes. CT aggression. Lynn's not aware of it. Bombs in T spawn. That's also not ideal from ATOX. Usually the coaches are the one that give you a slap on the wrist for leaving the bomb behind.
Well, it will be MIQ to go and retrieve it. Back to square one for ATOX. It's been looking pretty decent for the last couple of rounds, but right on the precipice of breaking the Lynn Vision economy and taking control of this half away from them, they might just end up losing a pivotal round and allowing Lynn Vision to walk away with the 7-5 lead. It's a nice peek, though, from Yami. Does cost him half of his HP, but at least he's bringing the numbers back somewhat.
Got to be another big round from MIQ, probably. Main man's in upper dark with the bomb. 2 players to defend here from Lynn Vision. Flying up close in that gate position. I don't think they've seen him there yet. Westmelon going to be on the line. Can potentially set him up with the flash, but caught on the jump spot. Now Flying has to mop up multiple. Oh, he's having a tough time with the MP9, and MIQ's finally going to clean him up into a 2-on-2 now. A Fufu with a good flank timing here, but surely that's been heard by Nuka.
Oh, I'd imagine that it has. It's been smoked off either way. Got the CT smoke coming into upper tunnels as well, just to try to maybe waylay some of the suspicions from ATOX, and it might have worked. Nuka is head down right now. A Fufu! No, he thought he got the kill! Oh, you're kidding me! Zaka's going to have to get it done, and of course he does. That was a little bit of a mishap, but it works out in the end.
You're not using an AK. Come on now. Like, one bullet to the back of the head's not going to get it done. Man's got the MP9 out, and he's done that. Like, come on, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, he's almost making it work. That's another pretty hotly contested game. Like, it's again on the T side, though. And it's again off of one of these players on ATOX having that hard carry. This time it's MIQ just putting the whole team on his back and saying, look, let's win a couple rounds. But it's another kill for him. Pick on the cross onto Westmelon. That's fantastic.
Oh, everybody's burning.
Oh, traffic jam!
Is in the perfect spot to deal with it as well. Zaka there to help him out. It's going to be USP now for Flying, but don't worry. He's pretty good with it. He's thrown away his gun. It's all right. Zaka exists.
Yeah, all good. MIQ exists too. And he's the best stalker in Asia right now. See, Zaka. He can't even hit a shot. Who is this guy? No. He's been flashed by his teammate and then run out by MIQ, molly to window. This is so winnable, Jordan.
Zaka has never seen gameplay like this before. He's absolutely stunned.
Yeah, these are the kind of moves you gotta pull out when you play with 2 bloody stand-ins. MIQ's heard a Fufu burn to the molly there, so he knows he was around window a good 5 seconds ago.
I reckon Fufu is shitting bricks at the moment. He doesn't want to walk into this B-bomb site, but he's going to have to. He's the last man standing for Lynn Vision.
He doesn't look thrilled about it.
I mean, MIQ's only on 20 HP. Fufu just needs to find him, but time of the essence, and MIQ might have spotted him out, but it won't matter. Defuse is on, and that is the end of the half. Fufu will at least claim the lead for Lynn Vision. 7-5 going through to the second half. it wasn't the worst of halves for ATOX, but it has to be said it was largely off the orb of MIQ that they got their work done. 5 rounds, it's something, but knowing that Lynn Vision are on their favored map and they're also moving on to the T side, I can't really see a world where ATOX is going to be able to hold down the fort now.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. CT sides have suffered quite often unless someone goes huge, and the majority of the time it's been MIQ and Yami. Had at least 1 or 2 good halves from Cabal here and there, but we'll see if they can continue the good work. Already opening up this round with 2 kills, 1 each, to put Lynn Vision in a bit of a pickle right now. Zaka is trying to bail them out, punishing that aggression from Cabal over on Catwalk, starting to turn this situation around in the favor of Lynn Vision, who still have got a lot of space to be making something happen. Can be proactive on that T side with the man advantage. It's only 2 apiece to either of the sites, and ATOX searching for information, playing process of elimination, pushing into bedroom, and just staying a bit more stagnant on the B side of the map.
Westmelon's gonna go hunting a little bit onto short, see if he can isolate a duel or 2. Make the job a bit easier for Lynn Vision later on down the track, and he did spot Nuka out there. Doesn't want to take that fight. In the end, decides to jump his way down in TT spawn. The shot's coming through onto the site. Players, no connections just yet. Westmelon having a fight as well. He'll drop. Flying, at least able to trade 1 back, and the numbers still looking okay here for ATOX. They are slowly but surely losing the control that they had. And ATOX get themselves another pistol. It's both the pistols on this map.
Plant comes in for Lynn Vision though, and we all know what that means. Kill for Zaka and flying as well. That's definitely scout armor for Zaka. See what the rest of the boys are going to buy. So, it's a good pistol for ATOX, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Oh, actually, no full spike. Scout purchase and some deagles, so Lynn Vision going to go back to the same approach. They love to just have a glass cannon scout and a couple of pistols upgraded. Has been an approach. Oh, a number of times. Just so good at hitting that shot on the cross, bro. Like, it's actually a ridiculous percentage. The man does not miss that shot on the cross.
Nobody does it quite like Zaka.
They literally pick a whole map every time. Just ban it, you know. At what point do you just ban it?
Get some more damage out. I mean, just
every shot connects.
What do you
Someone
even
check
say?
his scout.
Yeah, it's a little bit illegal. Flynn round the back, gonna get domed by Amelia with a deagle. I don't know what we're watching. Actually, I do. I've seen this before. Lynn Vision, force buy. Not even really. Like, it's not even really a force buy. A foo-foo. Going to be the decoy grenade, essentially, for Zaka right there, and this will be a bomb plant. Yammer to now try and clutch against Flying and Zaka, neither of whom have armor, to be fair.
I mean, the damage has already been done, even if they don't win this round. Flying, spotting him on the cross. Oh, he's tickled him up. He said, Zaka, finish him off. I've made him one hittable to the scout. He's connected a shot through the wall. No way, you're trying to jump spam that, Yammy. What is that? What is that, Jordan? Explain.
He's been watching Splashkey VODs.
Oh, bro, no one's going to get that reference. You're so old.
So it's probably 10 years since that happened. No, it's actually not 10. It's probably more like 8 years since that happened.
Move on.
I can't. It's the same map, bro. What do you want me to do?
Is it even the same version anymore?
No. If they wanted me to stop talking about that, they should just add new maps to the game. But here we are. We're still on Dust 2.
Yeah, flying. He's sent it out long.
Whoa, Cabal.
Yeah,
that's ambitious.
That is a wall, and not in a good way. It's like, whoa, what are you doing?
Woly dooly.
That was pretty optimistic for Nuka. Taking shots in the open like that with a pistol. I love the optimism, you know. It does inspire me. Hold on.
Well,
That's
Pilsky,
a couple of good kills.
You don't have to call me a pessimist anymore. Call me an optometrist.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, you don't need to check Amelia's eyes. All flying. They are looking pretty sharp. They're looking pretty focused. They could read even all the little numbers and the letters at the bottom.
Yummy. It's going on an adventure. And I think it's like, might have been spotted there by Flying. Maybe not.
HE?
Yeah, but it definitely was.
Oh, no!
Flying's just not good at the game, apparently.
Nah, terrible. I said he was the GOAT, but he's not. That's not even really that impressive of a shot, you know? That's
Even
pretty
Pilsky
average.
could have thrown that grenade better.
I could have. It's the one I can do. There's two things I do in Counter-Strike, Jordan, traditionally.
Right.
I throw grenades, and I go 10 for 10 every game until we play a good team. And then I get 13-3'd, and then I quit CS and start casting. And here I am.
Perfect.
Fast B smoke. There you go. Line up for your games. Well, to be fair, Yami made it easy for him, right? You can't be peeking doors when Zaka exists.
Truly. I mean, especially when he's got an AWP, like, let alone a scout.
No, it doesn't matter. I reckon he could probably hit the shot on the cross with a Glock.
Look at how methodical Lynn Vision are being with this B bomb site.
Didn't they run into a stack here yesterday, though? So, like, you can't blame him. Like, this is... We've seen them do this same anti-eco multiple times now, so... Literally,
Yeah.
even Bromo anti-stratted them. Even Bromo. They don't even have strats, Jordan.
Maybe Lynn Vision doesn't need to pull out anything new in this matchup, though. Save it for the game against Tyloo. Save it for the RMR. Don't tell me they're not cooking something up in the lab.
There's nothing new about this. Zaka's 21-9. That's pretty routine, if you ask me.
Starting to run
Okay,
dry,
smoke.
the ATOX economy.
Smoke on the cross. Okay, they made it. Wait, no. That's because Zaka is going long. Smoke goes up. Oh, he's just too good, bro. He's just too good.
You can't write it better. You cannot. Zaka's just insane at the moment. Oh, Nade's going to kill Westmelon, but it probably won't matter. Zaka's still alive, and he is the GOAT. He's him. Zaka is him. Z4KR. 4 kills per round. That's what it stands for. The 4 kills per round.
Do it. Okay, Flynn's the best. It's decided. Look at him.
Friendship ended with Zaka. Now Flynn is my GOAT.
2-on-2. MIQ's alive, and the GOAT's dead, so this is Dunsky. Signed, sealed, and delivered for ATOX. In goes MIQ, tickled up by Flynn. Flying doesn't even have a primary weapon until he picks up the AK. Stuck
Flying is
behind the
stressed,
smoke.
bro. He needs to get the
No,
bomb.
He is. He knows he's on the chopping block right now. You know, he's barely staying in the team at the moment. He has to win this one-on-one. His paycheck depends on this. Meanwhile, MIQ doesn't even care. Dobu's not even here. Like, who cares?
Well, Flying is going to be given the bomb. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go B?
Yep.
MIQ's waiting for him.
Yeah. He's read it. There's no doubt. Like, when the bomb doesn't go down, that's sus. That's very sus. He was starting to get concerned about the bedroom cross. Wrap back around through middle, so he had to reposition up to short. 16 HP now. He's been tickled up pretty heavily by Flying. Util pressure coming in. Only 4 bullets. Flying's not reloading, and he's donating a lot of HP. Missed shot from MIQ.
What am I watching right now? This is crazy. He pulled out the pistol. MIQ has the AWP. He doesn't miss with the AWP. Flying misses everything, apparently. What?
What are these rounds, bro? What are these rounds?
You said it. Flying is playing for his position in this team right now. And he is choking under that pressure.
He's so stressed, bro. He's so stressed.
Like, he had every opportunity to get that one done with the spray in mid. Twice he got the opportunity, actually. Misses that. Doesn't reload. Sits in the Molotov. He got tagged by that molly twice.
MIQ, he's just playing for fun, bro, you know?
And even then, MIQ misses a pretty free shot and says, Flying, I'll give you a second chance. But, buddy, I'm not giving you the third.
Bro, there's a whole, like, trilogy to that round. That 1v1 had a whole, like, backstory and everything. Yeah, I mean...
Zach is back alive again, by the way.
Do we even need to, like, say that happened? Like, we all know.
Zaka? No, it's going to be Amelia this time. I mean, look, Amelia's been...
You got to give some to the other boys, you know?
Ooh.
Could change things.
Could. Amelia has the bomb, so he has to exit long.
They forfeited long control, and Yami's cleared that out. Re-smoke on doors. Now they can get the rotation back across to the middle of the map. Nuka should have pushed Upper Dark about 6 years ago after seeing that much of a long contest, but now he hasn't got that forward position. Yami, he's crabbing. He is crabbing the mid-doors line. Love this from him.
We didn't see him, though. Nuka just going to be jiggle peeking for the smoke. He is given a little bit of a window here for Lynn Vision. If they go around the corner when he's not looking, he might actually get picked. But some U2 getting tossed out. It's going to give the game away. Smoke goes down. And Lynn Vision, where are they going? They don't have time.
They don't know where they're going. So how can ATOX know? Oh, wait, they do. They know exactly where they're going. They're util dumping them. You can't get out of upper tunnels here. They're going to save. All right. And look at Flying. He knows that his spot's on the line. He's like, I got to get this AK to the next round, guys. I'm going to get kicked from the team. It's all jokes, of course. All jokes, guys. Flying is my goat. I remember when he 40 bombed Tyloo on train.
Okay, you're talking about me living in the past.
5 years ago. 5 years ago. Remember Train?
I do. I wish Train was in the map pool.
All right.
Could go back
All
to
jokes
that.
aside, this is 8 and 10 for ATOX.
Yep.
Tyloo are paying MIQ the big bucks to keep this series going. They say, bro, make it work for it. I want them nice and tired for this final.
Okay, so apparently MIQ is actually getting the better of Zaka now. That's the second round in a row. And that's a huge cause for concern for Lynn Vision because, well, the reason that they've been winning a lot of these rounds, the way that they've been winning this map has been off the back of Zaka. So if he's out of the round, it actually starts to look a fair bit more toothless.
I totally agree. And I have to say as well, that's also of concern to most of the Mongolian scene also, because ATOX no longer need primary AWPer anymore. They can just pick up any rifler, and they're probably still the best team in Mongolia outside of Mongols. I'm convinced. Put him on the AWP.
What is going to be the go-to for Lynn Vision? A walk-in onto A wouldn't actually be a bad shout. There's no one watching it at the moment. Cabal jumping up. Have they heard him? No. Now they know that he's there. He's going to be mollied out of position. Westmelon also catching Yami, who was coming back from long. There's another player there. Seems like Lynn Vision aware of that possibility. Tossing a flash in the direction of Flynn. He just walks out around the corner. Afufu's tossed the best Molotov I've ever seen. Lynn Vision are getting through this round, but it's a weird one.
Guys, this is a top 3 ECL game, by the way, on land in China that we're watching. Watching someone crab walk full blind into the open and then someone molly off themselves. Oh, guys. I promise you ACS is on the rise. I promise you.
Yeah.
That was an outlier.
One little part of it is. It's called the Mongols.
Yeah.
5 players and a coach.
Yeah, but to be fair, Tyloo should do pretty good at this major, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Best team in China. Chinese major. Perfect storyline. If only they would have made the RMR. You know what?
Yeah.
They might get there on the show match. They might get there on the show match.
They're going to dominate that
What
show
if they
match,
did?
bro.
Okay, here's the thing. They could do Chinese super team versus the world, and it's just Tyloo in the show match.
Yeah. That would be big shade to Zaka, honestly. Yeah, look, he is still the GOAT.
Oh, wait! He's
Yeah,
got Cabal
another
too.
one. Yeah, he doesn't miss, bro. Every hits. This crunch in upper, that is the weirdest pick I've ever seen. Mag 7! Beautiful from Flynn. The coaches combined to decimate the B tunnels, Jordan.
I can tell you're really getting into it. Amelia destroys Cabal. And that's the A site. Okay, Lynn Vision are at least kind of coming back into that confident playstyle that we would have hoped to have seen from them. Yami hits a huge bink onto a Fufu and onto Amelia. Hang on, it's not over yet. Everybody keep your heads down. Zaka has arrived to save the day. 26 and 12 he is. And Yami has to get it done solo, but the flash will buy some more time. There's another one.
And
another one.
No,
Or
he's
not
not
another
throwing it. He's done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Zack it down.
No
Zack
kid
it
though.
down. Molly, that should just clip a Fufu. Forces out the peak. Amelia, though, will get it done. One too many HPs, unfortunately, for Yami to deal with. 12-8, and Lynn Vision are 1 round away from getting us all off of this very, very scary roller coaster ride that I never want to go on again because I feel like I'm going to fall out of my seat and probably land on the ground and die.
But I had fun though, you know.
It was fun.
Wouldn't do it again. Had fun. ATOX,
I mean, you got to be a little bit scared, right? Like, that's where the fun comes in.
Yeah, true. Go get your thrills. Scouts here for Flynn. Aggression into lower dark there from Yami. This is a very just slow default round here for Lynn Vision. Literally double backyard. Both Flying and Westmelon just waiting for a CT to run into their crosshair. Does not get more passive than this. Lynn Vision doing their due diligence, working the map, letting the CTs waste grenades. Who wants long control? Honestly, you guys can have it. You really want to just use all of your util holding on to these positions? That's fine. We're not going to be doing anything until literally 1 minute 10. Mollies go into the middle of the map. They've seen that lower dark setup. They know the CTs are fighting for the middle of the map, and they're isolating them with utility, and they're all posted up from top mid. Fufu's just making light work of that. Reactive flashes as well, making it difficult for the CTs to even peek into anything, and that mid crunch has been dismantled beautifully by Lynn Vision, who should eventually at some point win this game.
At some point. Hopefully in the next 15 seconds. Lynn has given up. He's going for the knife kills. He just wants to do it on land. He's going to get it done on land. How many times have you seen that? A coach with a knife kill on land. Well, at least they got something out of today. But unfortunately, that's the end of the series for ATOX. It's the end of their run at ESL Challenger League Season 48. Top 3, all things considered, not a bad result considering the tumultuous nature of this roster at the moment. But what that does mean is that Lynn Vision will be locking in their spot at ESL Pro League Season 20.